it is packed here tonight for Bank. And by the way, next week we have our one and only Auckland show for the year. That's heaving as well, so do come. Britomart Country Club around 6 o'clock. Now, National is promising a new boot camp for young people, plus spot fines for parents, cracking down on serious young offenders. My question is this boot camp idea going to work? So let's start with the candidate for Wigram, National candidate David Hiatt. Is it going to work? Yeah, Wallace, look, we're certainly hoping it's going to work. Let's be clear, though, about what this is. This is about the top-level young offenders out there. So since 2011, we've seen the youth crime reduced by over 30%. But this is about... Why then introduce boot camp if it's reducing Because for the 150 most serious young offenders, what we're doing at the moment is not working. And let's be clear, this is not kids going into the dairy to steal licorice all sorts. This is kids going into the dairy and actually taking to the dairy owner and their families. And I will not stand here and defend that. And yet, despite all the evidence, including Sir Peter Gluckman, you're pressing on because it's an election year. That's why, isn't it, David?
So, Wallace, if these people were not in these boot camps, they would be in prison. Okay. Let's be clear, these people have committed crimes that they would take them to prison for 14 years, up to 14 years,
Let's jump over to Labour. What do you make of what David says?
Oh, look, the evidence just says no way. I mean, why would we do this? Why would we waste our money like that? We're about aspirational young people. We're about lifting people.
This is aggravated assault. This is rape. These are serious crimes.
We are about aspiring young New Zealanders. Now, I'll tell you about what's happening at Mangaroa. Mangaroa Prison, where we've got the Howard League. They're in there teaching them about driver's licences and literacy and getting them ready so when they've done their time, they are work fit and ready to go. That is what we should be doing. More of things like that, not boot camps. Look,
Chloe.
This comes from a Prime Minister who is trying to put himself forward as an evidence-based Prime Minister. National are trying to present themselves as an evidence-based party. Bill English said, if you spend money on something and you don't know what difference it's going to make, it's a waste. This is the same guy who also said that prisons are a moral and fiscal failure. We know that spending money on boot camps is more than a waste. It doesn't work, and they've already tried it.
All right, Chloe. All right. So last year in your electorate in Panmure, a 17-year-old woman does a vicious carjacking. Panmure, it's your electorate. So when you knock on the door and people are scared of these thugs, what do you say to them?
So
what do you say? That's a shocking crime. This is the person is an ideal candidate. So let's forget all the sort of fairy tales. Yep. What would you do about this particular person?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it is. I've been out door knocking across Maungakiekie, and actually, funnily enough, despite all of the moral panic, I haven't heard one person tell me that they want to see strongman law and order on the front line. They want to solve poverty. They want insulation in their homes.
All right, mate. Hang on. This affects more than anything else Maori or Pacifica.
Absolutely.
So what does the Maori Party think about this?
So I think that's exactly what everyone here in this room needs to be aware of. You are making judgment actually on Maori kids and Pacific kids that none of you will ever come across in your own lives. So let me say first, boot camp is not for us. Boot camp, our Māori kids are already getting enough bullying and booting by the system already. And we have an institution that already does it for them. It's called institutional racism, and the prisons are already doing that. So what we do not need more kicking these kids while they're down. We actually need to find a way to stop it so they're not going off the cliff.
Okay, a brief response to Mei, then we'll go to the audience.
Wallace, I think the point that we're missing are these are the most serious...
I want you to address Mei's point.
So these people would be in prison, Mei, if they were not going to these academies.
They wouldn't be in prison. They would not be in prison.
They would be, because these are people who have committed serious offences that will be judged under the youth system. They would be going to jail.
David, look at you, David, and you can make that judgment about these Māori kids. Have you ever come across a Māori kid?
Yes,
all right.
Have you? I doubt it. I have.
All right.
Wallace,
we'll come back, but let's go to the audience.
Well, listen, I've got Tepene in the audience. So what do you think about boot camps? Do you agree with, naughty kids being sent off there?
Yes, well, God, who's that really smart Maori lady up there? Because, I'm with her.
So you're with the Maori Party?
No, yes. So basically, it's an injustice that's on our people. We don't agree with it. This day and age, there are a lot more better things we could be doing to address that sort of social issue. So.
Kia ora.
Like what?
Kia ora.
Oh,
Would you send them to prison, a youth prison?
No, education is usually quite key in this situation. I have a lot of friends who have gone through boot camp. They have actually come out okay, but still face those sorts of fundamental issues that I think something like education would help address.
Yeah, right. There's National have also suggested that parents get fined $200 if their kids caught out on the street. What do you think of that? Do you think the parents should be fined?
There must be something coming up this year. Oh, that's right, it's the election. And I honestly think it's just you're just reaching out to a specific group in society, and we have to be broader than that, and so don't agree with it whatsoever.
Tiffany, thank you very much.
All right, okay, so just finally a quick response from around the panel. If not boot camp, briefly, then what? Labour.
I said invest back into those things that will lead to aspirational young people. Driver's licences, prep to get ready for work, fit and ready after school.
All right,
those
Chloe.
things.
So let's look at why these kids are offending. These kids aren't inherently bad or evil people. If you look at our homeless, 41,000 homeless in New Zealand, half of them are under the age of 25. The majority of offenders come from backgrounds with mental health issues, PTSD from violence in the home, or abuse issues. So we need to be addressing those.
It is a service called... It's a service called whānau ora. Whānau ora is a service that actually wraps itself around families, not an individual, but a family that is going off the rails.
All right.
And that is the service that
David,
people
you're
require.
saying this is not an election year thing. You say give it a go.
Look, this is about making our streets safer, right? These are young people who have committed serious offences.
This is a man who doesn't know a Māori
if they
child.
weren't in one of these academies, they would actually be in an adult prison.
What do you think of this at home? What do you think? Backbenchers with an ES. Love to hear your thoughts on that. But next, should we institute once and for all, we are a nation of obese people, a sugar tax?
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.